Hey guys, welcome to Sam Reinhardt's episode, otherwise known as episode 31 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
And today we're talking about playoffs.
You said Sam Reinhardt, and for a second it processed as Sam Bennett in my head, and I was like, no.
Well, the only other one that I know that wears 31 is Shesterkin. Shesterkin. And he plays for the Rangers, if memory serves.
Pass.
So, Sam Reinhardt it is. Florida Panthers, Rangers.
Is this camera crooked?
I don't know. I don't have my... I can't hardly see anything. Okay, but first, a word from our sponsor. I want everyone to see.
Yeah, it feels... You haven't missed us for a month, but we haven't recorded in...
A
month. It feels like I'm doing this for the first time.
Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing anymore, so bear with us. But shout out to the crew for the little care package.
I'm wearing my hat.
Yes, we are repped out. Even though they got eliminated from the Kelly Cup playoffs last night, it doesn't matter. Because what do I always say sometimes? At least we went. We got to go. We participated.
Yeah, we were there.
Were you there? No. We'll get them next year. Y'all have a great off season. You deserve it. Get some rest.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Playoffs.
So, this is going to be like week 1.
Yes.
There's a lot.
This is actually going to cover the Stanley Cup because I already know what's going to happen.
Oh, do you?
We did playoff predictions.
I actually have your playoff predictions because
So
I
far,
wanted to see how on track we are so far.
Oh,
mine doesn't have how many games I put.
Loser.
Should I go get it?
Well, I could still be right about the Maple Leafs.
You had them 4-3, right?
Yeah. Right
God.
now we're
Last
3-1.
night they had the opportunity to sweep the series and they couldn't even do it. Well, let's talk about them first.
Honey, they are trying. Okay,
They'll
get there
too.
What are the rest? I don't even know.
So, okay, let's start off
at the beginning.
We're gonna go through like what has happened with one series and then the next. Okay. I think that's gonna be the cleanest way to do it. The Avs, first of all,
Landeskog!
Gabriel Landeskog is back.
You called it. You knew they were going to bring him back for playoffs.
I've gone back and forth the entire time.
We've had lots of opinions about him.
As soon as they allocated him to the AHL team, I was like, yep, the man's coming back. Game 1 in Colorado. He did. Last night
he did not come back game 1. Oh, in Colorado.
In Colorado, sorry. You're right. That was a bad way to word that. He came back for the first... It was game 3, the first one in Colorado. Last night, he got his first goal since 2022.
He's playing pretty good, too, I think.
He's doing well. Especially for 3 seasons of not playing.
See, my thing is, and this is where I'm the problem. In Formula 1, there's this driver, Daniel Ricciardo, that basically the same thing as Gabe. Like, he peaked, like, similar. Just, I'll tell you when it's similar. Just listen. And you listen with a less aggressive face.
Okay, sorry.
But he thought he left his team because he was he was driving against a literal generational talent, so he wasn't looking that great. So he was like, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to be number 1 driver. He crashed horribly. A couple years later, he was like, it's not working out here. I'm going to go to a different team. And that cycle continued, Renault, McLaren, AlphaTauri,
and then retirement.
Yeah. And they kept hyping him up. They're like, he's coming back. He's going to win a world championship. And you're like, no. Like, he's just past his prime. Like, he can't. He has great PR. He's so funny. He's done so much to help grow the sport. But, like, and that kind of stuff bothers me deeply because I just feel like they get favoritism versus drivers who deserved a seat more than he did. And, in fact, produced a lot more than he did in the seat. And then I kind of felt like this is my first time in the NHL, but I kind of felt like Gabe was getting the same treatment. I was like, just let him go. Like, why are we dragging this out so much? Like, it's got to be painful. But I'm not anti-Gabe at all. He actually came back and is performing. So I've actually never said a bad word about the situation. And he got that documentary. He got that money, honey. Let's go.
I
understand.
like, Gabriel Landeskog was an incredible player.
Yeah.
When he got injured. I don't know if you can compare him and Daniel Ricciardo, because Daniel Ricciardo was okay. He was good, but, like, he was on the way out already.
I am talking about how they treated him. Like, the comeback story. How they just never... It's a comeback story. It's a comeback story. And it was long, and it was drawn out for, like, 3-4 seasons. Same with Gabe. 3 seasons now. Okay. But Gabriel actually came back and exceeded expectations.
It's a hot take. Okay. I am reading over my notes that I've made. Game 1 in Dallas, no Landeskog. Game 2,
we were so
no Landeskog. I was going to be shocked if because I think they activated him off of IR.
For game 2, we thought he was playing game 2.
I was like, if his first game back isn't in Colorado, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
because he came out and he warmed up with the team too.
Yeah,
which was weird. Apparently, he just wanted to do it.
It's kind of like when you like threaten like nuclear war. It's like, oh, we got Gabe. We got him.
We've got him.
We can go there if you want to go there.
Yep.
Also, the Stars made him look like a freaking minor league team that first game. It was
5-1.
That didn't look good. But they brought their captain
the Avs won game 1.
Was it game 2 then?
No, the Avs came in game 1 winning 5-1. Game 2 they went into overtime, and the Stars won at 4-3. Game 3 they went into overtime. Stars won at 2-1. Landeskog was back that one. It was fine. Like, Dallas won that game, but Colorado won.
Let me be clear. I watched the first period and was like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah, and then
when I wake up and saw the score, I was like, well, I guess they did kind of turn it around. So I'll eat my words on that one.
Yeah, and then last night, game 4, the Avs shut out the Stars.
Yeah,
they did that thing. Landy got his first goal. Nathan MacKinnon afterwards was interviewed, and they were like, you gave him like a parental hug when he came by to high-five the bench after his goal. Like, how did that mean? Like, did that mean more to you than a normal goal? And he was like, yeah, it's more than just a playoff goal. It's like a life goal.
And I got a little emotional.
It was very sweet.
They love him so much.
They do, which, like, fair.
He got treatment that I haven't seen anyone else get treatment of.
Look, if it was any other player,
they're the most loyal team ever.
Yeah. Except for Rantanen.
Well, they can't be loyal to everyone.
I feel like they should have been a bit more loyal to him, but I think
he wanted to go.
He very openly did not want to go.
He realized how much he wanted to go when he was in Carolina.
He wanted to get out of Carolina, but he wanted to go back home.
He's fine. I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah,
I would love for him to come home, but whatever.
I want to say this first. I want to like actually focus a bit more. Nathan MacKinnon had a 3.9 in game 1. This is kind of brutal of me to point out. Rantanen had a -2 night. Anyways. Anywho. Oh, the first goal in that game 1 was like ricocheted off of a leg of someone going down in the front. And everybody was like, oh, that's a fake goal. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. And even if they had taken that goal away.
Did it cross the line?
Yeah, but they were like, it can't. He kicked it in because he was like going down and his leg was coming up, and he did like kick it, but he clearly was just going down.
Yeah.
Anyways, it doesn't matter because they still won by 4 goals.
Yeah.
So take what you will. And then Landeskog's first shift back, he took down Rantanen.
I know. He was laying some big hits.
He was, which was really nice to see. Like, he's not afraid to get in there, throw the body around.
Yeah, because he was a pretty big hitter.
Yeah.
I almost said in his previous life. This is game 2.0.
It kind of was. Okay. Anything else I want to point out? No, they play their game 5 on Monday back in Dallas. So I don't know if we talked about this. The first 2 games are played in Dallas. Next 2 are played in Colorado, and then they alternate one after one.
That's fair.
So until game 7. The other series, the Jets versus the Blues, I kind of thought the Jets were going to sweep them.
I said the Blues were going to get it 4-2.
I don't remember what I said in our playoff predictions, but watching this, the Jets came in and won game 1 easy, 5-3.
Yeah.
I said I tuned in with about 2 minutes left, and I'm glad I did because it was tied at 3-3 with like 2 minutes left. And then with 1:35 left to go, Kyle Connor scored. And then an empty net goal was scored with just 51 seconds left.
I love it,
Like,
empty net goal.
Also, I've been keeping
Why are we
track.
pulling our goalie?
Why are we pulling our goalie?
That's something that if I was a coach, I would literally never do. Unless we're down by like 3.
Yeah. I said pushing and shoving. I follow, who's a Jets player, kind of rocked his shit and then did a wraparound.
Who?
I follow on a Blues player.
I follow?
I follow.
I follow.
I follow.
I was like, what are we following?
No, the player.
I follow.
10 misconducts were given out in the last 20 seconds of that game.
20 seconds? Oh, they
Yes.
were pushing it. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I remember seeing that, actually.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah.
We don't handle losing very well, do we? Didn't they have, like, a big tiff in the regular season, too?
Yeah.
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 Do you get deja vu?
And they continued to play very physical in game 2. I'm trying to see if
I could describe the playoffs in one word, it would be physical. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, if I could explain the playoffs in one word, it'd be blind. I want to be blind, so I don't have to watch it. The refs are blind, so they're missing all kinds of shit.
They'll be looking right at it and see nothing.
Yeah. Jets also...
Oh, was that blood? I thought it was ketchup. That's crazy.
Oh, that's so funny. I thought y'all were just live, laugh, love it.
I thought we were joking.
A cross check to the face. I thought he hugged you.
It was a soft hello.
It was a love tap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Boop. With a stick.
And also, I can't testify because I wasn't there to see it.
I know that I was looking directly at it. I missed it.
I was disassociated.
Sorry.
I was a bit stressed.
You were asking for it. Anyways, game 3 of this series of the Jets versus the Blues freaking dominated. It was 7-2.
Whew.
Cam Fowler had a 4-point night, which is coincidentally the same number of penalties that Logan Stanley for the Jets had.
Yeah.
It was a franchise record for a D-man as well.
Babes, that's not what they mean when they say match numbers.
But here's my highlight. Oh, Pavel Buchnevich. That's a hard one to say. Pavel Buchnevich had a hat trick.
Pop off.
He only had one goal in the last 22 playoff games. So like he's been to the playoffs a lot. He's only gotten one goal, but then he had
not this time.
He said, "You know what? I got to make up for it." Hat trick, bitch. And they play tonight for game 4.
Who do they play?
I don't know. But currently the Jets lead this series 2-1.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, the Blues actually rocked their shit. They won that game 5-1. So they tied the series, which is great, I guess. Oh, the Canes Devils.
Fuck me.
Do you have anything you want to say?
I have lots I want to say.
Say it.
I don't even know where to start. Why are we so breakable? The first game,
Yeah.
we basically lost our defense.
Yeah.
Dougie is playing every position at this point.
Nico Heischer's playing every position, including coach.
What is up? They need to put steel shoulder implants in the Hughes brothers. Because
Literally.
What do you mean we're playing Hughesless? And also, I'd like to say, if we're down a Hughes, why can we not just draft Quinn to come fill that void? It makes no sense to me.
Get Ellen out there.
No.
She can't. I can't break her. Actually, I want her to be okay.
Yeah.
Get her out there behind the bench.
Let her play with like the Victoire. That's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be on a plane so fast.
I would be actually there.
Teleport.
And then like Brendan Dillon. And,
Yeah.
Oh God, it's literally been so painful to the point where I almost didn't even want to watch the first like at-home game that happened, yesterday, 2 days ago? Time's an illusion. But I mean, 1-0, I'll take it.
Yeah, so in case you missed it, Brendan Dillon, game 1 in Raleigh. Brendan Dillon, about halfway through the second period, took a weird, fall. and had a lower body injury, left the game. Actually, while this was going on, they panned to Brett Burns on the bench, like cheering him on, like trying to be like, you're fine.
Sweetie, you're fine.
You're good. Apparently, Brendan lived with the Burnses when he was breaking into the NHL.
Who have they not adopted?
I don't know.
The Thornton Burns household goes crazy. You want to talk about a blended family?
Yeah.
Things international.
Yeah, and then in the third period, well, in the second period as well, Luke Hughes and Cody Glass, within the same play.
I forgot about Cody Glass.
Yeah.
I blocked it out.
Which he's playing again. But within the same play, both go down. Luke fell weird on his shoulder. It was like very immediate. Something's up with him. I think I've seen this film before, and I've quite never liked the ending.
I saw the nastiest, foulest TikTok that compared Jack falling and like hurting his shoulder and Luke and how they looked literally the same, like how they crawled off ice. And I was like,
so mean and hurtful.
Why is my algorithm thinking that's something I'm interested in?
I rebuke that. Cody Glass actually got slashed by Markstrom.
It was an accident.
He was trying to slash a Canes player. It was an accident, but he did leave the game. Luke Hughes came back later and played like one or two more shifts, but has not returned. Cody Glass has been playing. Brendan Dillon's out as well. What else do I want to say? Minnie Jarvis is back behind the bench, though, in case you're wondering.
If we keep it up, I'm going to be correct with the Canes going 4-1 in this series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Minnie Jarvis came back. Love to see that kid.
Yeah.
And the announcers, I'm like, where is Trip Tracy?
Because they're like, Trip Tracy.
This little kid has showed up and he's like, looked like Jarvis and like, how's the shirt and everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been going on since October. Are you new here? Babe, step aside. Hand me the mic.
Trip Tracy would never.
Also, can we briefly touch on the fact that Jim Rutherford said that Quinn Hughes either wants to go play with his brothers or wants his brothers to go there? And I swear to God, if they get sent to Vancouver, I'll lose my shit. That would be so horrible. Put him in New Jersey. Bring him home.
No way.
There is no way.
Vancouver is going. They are delusional.
They can't afford Jack
to think that they're going to get Luke and Jack. It's not happening.
He said, ball's a little bit out of our court in that, you know, if he leaves to go play with his brothers, but it's in our court if we bring his brothers to play with him. With what money? Jack is like, 2 years into an 8-year contract?
Yeah.
He's beloved. He's actually the face of New Jersey, if you look closely. And you think he's going to go play in Vancouver?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where nothing has ever happened in the history of hockey? With respect.
I mean, plenty of stuff has happened. There have been multiple riots.
Championships. Yeah.
There have been multiple riots.
They took the same team that they went to the playoffs with last year and completely broke them.
Yeah. Mentally, physically,
you think that's a coincidence?
I
think not. I think that comes down to management. And never, ever, ever am I talking about Rick Tocchet.
Speaking of management, the Rangers have signed Chris Drury to a multi-year contract extension. You could have asked me to list 1,000 things that could improve the Rangers franchise, and that would not have been one of them.
They have been very open about how poor the management is, and instead of respecting the players, they were like, I hear you. I'm going to make it so much worser.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck them. That's why everyone hates the Rangers. You don't care about your fans. You don't care about your players. You probably care about your fans. You do not care about your players.
No.
You traded your captain mid-season.
And we're total douches about it. Have a bit of a turnaround when
that's irrelevant.
That doesn't matter.
We're not speaking on that right now.
But yeah. Oh, also, since we touched on Vancouver, the PWHL the PWHL has announced that they are putting another franchise in Vancouver.
We love to see it. Maybe they can win a championship.
They were expanding to 2 more franchises. They have yet to announce who the second one is going to be.
I want them to put it in Raleigh.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
Okay. The Devils finally did win Game 3. They play tonight.
Thank God.
They play tonight, Game 4 in Jersey. They went into overtime in Game 3. Overtime goal was scored by Simone Nemitz. I just
All
want
I'm
to protect him.
saying
He's just a
do it again.
child.
Do it again. Y'all can do it.
Yeah.
I know we're down bad. The injury list this season has been select all that apply.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can do this. Please. I'm literally begging you.
Guys, why did so much have to happen Sunday night? Literally right after we recorded. That Devils-Canes game, the Canes won it 5-2. Andrei Svechnikov had a hat trick. Freddie Anderson did leave the game injured after a hit by Timo Meier. It wasn't really a hit. I want to say it was Svechnikov pushed him into Freddie Anderson. Anderson left the game injured. Kochetkov came in, and Timo Meier then pretty immediately scored on Kochetkov. So it could have been better. The Canes are still in it, so personally, I'm fine with it. Sorry, Lauren.
But that series, you know, if the Canes win, great. If the Devils win, great. I'll be happy either way. That's actually the only series that I feel that way about.
I feel that way about most of them. I feel that way about this series, Vegas versus Wild. They're currently tied 2-2.
I wanted the Wild to win.
I prefer the Wild to win it just because I love them. They are tied 2-2. Here's what's funny, or not funny, but like coincidental to me. Both of the games that the Wild have won, they've won 5-2.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. In game 1, a ref got injured and had to leave. That was this series.
I did see that.
That's awkward.
Hate that for you.
They had the Wild. Had a rookie make his NHL debut in game 1. Zev Beam. He played for Denver. Mm-hmm. He looks adorable.
He looks very sweet.
He's a defenseman too. I love that they have a lot of younger defensemen. Yeah. Brock Faber. First of all,
love him.
Okay, we'll get to WAG Jackets actually later.
Yeah, focus up.
And then Kaprizov had a 3.9 in game 2.
I'm so happy he's back.
I'm so happy he's back.
The team needed it so bad.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, this is just along the trend of the refs being blind and deaf.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
With less than 5 minutes left in the game, first of all, they're 5-2, might I add. With less than 5 minutes left in the game, lots of pushing and shoving and shouting, plus Kaprizov getting punched straight in the face. Oh, I forgot about this. No penalties were called. He got punched straight in the face. The ref was watching it happen.
He didn't see it.
He got punched straight in the face. No penalties were called. He then scored a goal.
And that's why I don't think that we should let them tell us what goalie interference is. Because you can't even see a blatant penalty. How you going to tell me what goalie interference is?
Literally.
And the thing is, these guys are they are like committing attempted manslaughter in the playoffs this season, and nothing's getting called, and yet Connor Bedard gets a 10-minute game misconduct for insulting a ref. What the fuck is that about, guys? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that was actually crazy. Game 3, my number one note, man, I love the Wild so much.
Same.
Also, with less than 1 second left in the second period, the Wild scored a power play goal, which was honestly beautiful to watch.
Would you say it's a power slay?
I would.
Me too.
And then in the game we watched yesterday, Biz shotgunned a Red Bull.
Oh my God.
In the second intermission report. And I literally was speechless watching it happen.
It's just like a normal intermission, and then like hands to Biz, who like
he's sitting at a child's play table.
I have no context for why that happened.
I never watched the intermission reports.
No,
but I'm glad I tuned into that because that was crazy to me.
Maybe I should be watching.
Yeah. And then in overtime, Vegas took a penalty, but the Wild just couldn't capitalize on it. Vegas scored, won the game. So they're currently tied at 2-2. They play again on Monday.
That one I will be happy with whoever wins.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't remember because I literally was like, oh, Brock Faber. Oh, Jake Eichel. Like, oh, there you are. Use your brain. The thing in your head. I have a final coming up, okay?
I will be upset depending on who wins this series, the Leafs
Which
versus
one?
the Senators.
Thank you. I can't wait to talk about this.
Talk about it.
No, after you.
Oh, so the Leafs won the first 3 games, and last night had the chance to sweep the Sens in the first round. The Senators won it in overtime.
I hate that.
Game 1, the Senators looked terrible.
Atrocious.
They were so undisciplined. They took so many freaking penalties. The Leafs had 3 power play goals and won that game 6-2. The last 45 seconds of play were unnecessarily aggressive.
Exactly.
13 penalties were given out. It started...
Them and the Capitals, they throw the biggest temper tantrums I've ever seen, and they get away with it.
We haven't even talked about the Habs Capital series. That's the last one we have to talk about because...
Talking? You mean yelling?
I
told you I wasn't going to be calm enough to get into it respectfully, and I'm not.
I'm trying to take deep breaths.
I'll play a little mindful meditation before.
Yes. So it was funny, though, because when all of that was going on in the last 45 seconds of the game, the commentators, there's a Leafs player, Domi. I don't know.
I love Domi.
I like him, too. But it was so funny to me because the announcers, they're pushing and shoving or whatever. And Domi's helmet gets popped off of his head. And they say, Domi got a fresh fade from the barbershop. And so he's feeling a little bit spry.
I was like, what is going on?
And that was before his helmet got popped off, because then his helmet got popped off. He's being helped off the ice. No helmet. And he goes, oh, there's Domi. See the fade? I told you he went to the barbershop.
It was
cackling.
Crazy. I loved it.
Oh, it was so funny.
I was like, y'all lost me, but you got me back.
Yeah, and then the Leafs also took game 2. Brady Tkachuk after the game said, not an ounce of worry. Okay, sure.
Sure, but...
Sure, because
it's also his first time going to playoffs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Tkachuk's first time?
Yeah, they said it. The announcer said it yesterday.
Okay, game 3. And
Game
I might
3.
need somebody else to tell me if I'm new to this or not. The Leafs had a 5-forward power play. They put 5 forwards out there. No defensemen. Is that new? Or am I just like, I haven't registered?
Have you seen their offense? With respect, the core 5?
That's fair. It just like, I
was
guess
very
I never
silly
registered.
goosey of them.
The way that the announcers said it made it seem like it's a normal thing. I don't watch many Leafs games just because I don't have time.
Well, the Leafs are kind of hard. They play later. So I normally watch like half the game, and then it's time for me to go night-night.
Yeah, we're going to a Leafs game next season. Ottawa also took a penalty in overtime last night. The Leafs couldn't capitalize on it. Ottawa scored 1.
I just want to say
Boo.
Matthew Nyes has been an absolute machine this series.
Yeah, he kind of has.
He has been doing so much. He's been holding this team down, actually. If we're doing stars of the game, he's been the star of the game.
Every single time.
All 3.
Yeah, 4. I would argue he played well last night, too. He scored last night, didn't he?
Yeah, 4. I guess I'll give him credit even though they lost because, I mean, he at least got 1 goal.
Yeah. You know who's not been doing much? The Kings-Oilers series.
It's been, como se dice, bland.
Yeah, I haven't watched a single one of their games, actually. Apparently, this is the 4th straight season that they have met in round 1 of the playoffs.
The Oilers it's been kind of a high-scoring series.
It has been. Game 1 was 6-5 the Kings. Game 2 was 6-2 the Kings. Game 3, 7-4.
Yeah.
Crazy. Adrian
Oilers.
Kempe is a beast, is one of my notes. He had 4 points in game 2, 2 goals, 2 assists. Kopitar had 4 points also in that game, 1 goal, 3 assists. Like, there's some stuff happening, but okay, game 1. This is the only thing I'll point out.
Okay.
The Kings were up 4-0, and then they let the Oilers score 5 goals. Luckily, they still won it, but they won it with, well, that doesn't matter.
McDavid and Draisaitl are back, right?
Yes.
I
think
so.
that was the thing, is they didn't really have a whole lot of time before playoffs started back.
They kind of got thrown into it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they go every year, do they not?
Yeah.
Almost every year.
At least the past 4 years. So, but the Kings currently lead that series 2-1, and they play tonight in Game 4.
My prediction was the Oilers 3-0, so that's not coming true.
This should be one of my last updates, but the Oilers did defeat the Kings on Sunday night. It was 4-3. They went into overtime, and the game-winning goal was scored by Leon Draisaitl on a power play after Connor McDavid got tripped. So, that's a slay. Yeah. And then we have 2 more series.
I have one more thing I want to say.
Okay.
I will be so pissed if the Oilers go out round 1.
I won't.
And that's all I'm going to say. I could say more.
I think we disagree on what we want to have. I want the Kings
That's
to win
fine.
that series.
I definitely do not. It's not personal. It's just I love the Oilers more.
Okay.
I want Connor McDavid to go all the way.
Fair enough. Okay, these are the 2 series that I probably care about the most right now. Well, that's a bit extreme. The Canes and Devils, obviously. But Tampa versus the Panthers is going on right now.
The Battle of Florida.
The Battle of Florida.
It's been interesting.
I don't want the Panthers to advance past round 1. I want them out.
Why specifically?
I don't know. I think I saw Matthew Tkachuk's dumbass haircut last night, and I was like...
You did rip him a new one about that haircut.
Yeah, I can't repeat some of the
like,
stuff that
honey,
I said.
He can't hear you, thank God.
It was looking rough. The Panthers won the first 2 games pretty easily.
Yeah.
I had 6-2 and 2-0.
Yeah.
Ooh, but Tampa won, was it Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
They won 5-1 in Game 3, so that was good. I said, thank God. It was messy from the Panthers. There was, okay,
Are we talking about the Hagel and Tkachuk of it all?
First, yeah. Okay, so...
Take your time.
There was a hit earlier in this series of Hagel, who plays for the Lightning, on a Panthers player. I don't remember who.
That's a funny word choice for assassination attempt.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was a war crime.
It was a lot. It was an open eyes hit. It was brutal.
Not a puck in sight.
Not a puck in sight.
He was staring right at him.
Not a puck in sight.
He was making eye contact.
He did get suspended from a game for that.
He hit Barkov so hard that I didn't think that Barkov was in this century anymore.
You know, in like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was thinking that.
There's like so goes up. Yes.
And it's like the little songbirds. Like,
yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay. I track with you. Well, then Game 3, Tkachuk laid a very similar hit on Gunzel.
I think his looked a bit cleaner, though.
Ginzel. I always want to call him Gunzel. It's Ginzel. The only difference was Ginzel was near a puck. I think he had possession of the puck, or he had just passed it. Like, it was a close enough window that, like, it was an okay hit. But
Matthew Tkachuk was not looking at that puck. He was doing the exact same thing, making direct eye contact, mouth guard 20% in his mouth,
that mouth guard
chomping on it like his life
wor-
depends on it, like he's trying to quit smoking. I mean, it was a fun response.
Yeah.
A statement was made. If you have a statement necklace, I raise you a statement hit.
It's like the equivalent to the 2016 turquoise necklaces that everybody used to wear. Mm-hmm. Terrible. Well, anyways, all the commentators were like, oh, he's going to be suspended. He's going to get suspended. But, like, they were arguing it. I don't think any of them were saying he was. They were just comparing the 2 hits. Mm-hmm. There is not going to be a hearing as of this morning. That came from the Spitting Chicklets. Not the most reliable source, but I also don't think that he'll get suspended. I think
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say his did look like 10% cleaner.
Well, yeah. I think it's all about puck possession and where it was. And it was close enough.
Are you talking about the coaches, or am I talking about the coaches?
You're talking about the coaches, because I didn't see this. You told me about it.
So last night, when we were watching, I think it was the Wild game, they were talking about like the Hagel and Tkachuk of it all. And the Florida, after the Hagel Barkov hit, the head coach for the Panthers was like, we only hit players with a puck. And the Tampa Bay coach, they asked him, like, what's your commentary on, like, what this hit was, or, like, what the coach said. And he said, I mean, my players only hit players with a puck. He copied him verbatim.
I do love that they copied it.
So bitchy. It was so petty. I love it.
That's like some F1 level pettiness.
It was so teenage girl messy.
I love it.
I hope that it gets even messier. Let's really stir that pot.
Let's add a little bit more spice.
Yeah, just a little, not a lot.
We didn't talk about it when we talked about the Sens Leafs game, but apparently Sens players were firing pucks.
I saw that this morning.
You saw about that? I saw Travis Green's comments on it. They did get fined.
Good. Fuck y'all.
Speaking of fines,
they're such douchebags.
They are.
They're
I just don't like
them
them.
in the Capitals. It's like grown men, but little baby 8-year-old like mental headspaces. Like, we can't handle rejection. Yeah. We can't handle loss. We can't handle anything. We just flip our shit. And it's not even like they go low, we go lower. It's just like, ooh, some minor inconvenience happened. Let me throw a full-on tantrum.
It was... Oh, okay. The Habs Capitals. We're going to talk about Game 3, but let me talk about the beginning of the series first. We're going to take some deep breaths. Should we do some mindful meditation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very close into Stoke corner. Perez is catching Charles Leclerc. He takes him towards the inside. Perez on the inside. Charles Leclerc gives him just enough space. Can Perez squeeze past? They're going will to will. Towards Vale now. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Leclerc has that inside line. Perez goes off the track. Cuts the chicane. Off goes Leclerc. Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff. Coming out of the final corner.
Period.
We love. I feel better.
I actually do feel
smile
better.
on my face. I was like, what's comforting other than the crawling back to you, Celebrini, and Will Smith edit? That.
So, okay. Oh.
I fucking hate the Capitals. This is well known.
Yes.
Y'all are such dicks.
Honestly, yeah. Fuck you.
Seek help. And your coach? What?
Okay.
You go first.
We're gonna talk about the first two games. Throughout this whole series, the Capitals have been, como City say,
douches.
Yes,
they're such babies.
I believe. I can't say that. So, game one, we learned very early. I've got to distract myself, so I scrapbooked. I made friendship bracelets. I did all kinds of shit. The Habs looked terrified going into the game. They did not play very well until the second period.
Well, like, there's only 6 players, I think, on that team that even went to, I think it was the 2021 Stanley Cup final. So this is all pretty much their first time.
Yeah, this is
and they're playing the freaking Capitals, who, they're terrifying.
No comment. They went into overtime.
Yeah, Nick Suzuki.
Yes, shout out Nick Suzuki.
My captain.
He said, I know what needs to be done, and I've got to do it. And he did. They go to overtime. Unfortunately, they do have Ovechkin on the Capitals. He had the game-winning goal.
Fair enough.
Game 2, also in Washington, the Capitals won 3-1.
They started to look stronger there.
Here's the thing.
The Habs did.
Here's the thing. They didn't have Arbor Jack Guy in the first 2 games.
We didn't have the Sheriff when we were playing the Capitals.
The Capitals are brutal to play against. And they were beating us up. They were cross-checking us in the face.
They were actively beating us up.
They were actively beating us up. They were about to walk off with a dead body.
It was going to be Cole Caulfield's body, too.
It was going to be. It was
insane. The rest didn't see anything.
But there's one person, Josh Anderson, finally did something. About 8 minutes in, he boarded and roughed Tom Wilson.
Let me find some fucking sympathy.
He did very clearly board
Tom
Wilson.
It's crazy that they called that and they didn't call literally anything else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you have to, like, actively see guts in order to call a penalty? Or, like, what are we doing here?
Apparently.
Because we're seeing blood and we're not doing anything. Also, I mean, damn, it's been, like, 3-4 days, and Cole Caulfield's face still looks a bit not great.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Who could have possibly seen that? The ref that was literally watching it.
Yeah.
But he didn't see anything.
Patrick Laine did not play in the third period of game 2. Question of if he's injured or not. He wasn't playing too well.
He wasn't.
Anyways. So I literally said, Patrick Laine is out. Jack-Eye needs to come in. Game 3. Patrick Laine is out. Arbor Jack-Eye is in.
On Arbor Day in the U.S.
On Arbor Day.
On Arbor Day.
Which is now a
national
holiday. I don't know why he wasn't in Washington. I truly just they played differently with him on the ice.
They played so differently. They grew a spine so fast.
And I think a lot of it...
They said, Daddy's home. The sheriff is in.
Yeah, I think some of it has to do with they were on home ice. The fans were behind them. That's obviously a large portion. But also, Arbor Jack-Eye has a reputation.
I mean, Slav was damn near crying after game 2 in his interview.
Don't talk about that. I haven't emotionally recovered from that. That was brutal. I woke up the next day. Tell me why. I opened TikTok and it's a Slav interview. So I'm like, okay, what did they have to say? And then his voice is. I said, what the? This is
Who hurt the baby? Who hurt the baby?
This is the first thing I'm seeing when I woke up. Where the fuck is Arbor Jack-Eye?
Tom Wilson. When I catch you, Tom Wilson.
I've been saying.
I know. I'm trying to keep it as polite as I can. I thought I hated the Rangers.
I'll say
I
it.
just didn't know about the Capitals.
I'll say it because it'll make me feel better in this moment, but I'll bleep it out.
And you know what? That's honestly how I feel about it. Oh, I feel better just letting that out.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so game 3.
Game 3.
Laine's out. Jack-Eye's in.
Happy Arbor Day to those who celebrate.
Happy Arbor Day. So, okay, Montreal won this game.
Thank God.
I didn't write the score down for some reason. I don't know what I was doing, messing around.
Silly goose. We were silly goose.
They played very well. I don't know if they just settled into playoff hockey or what, but they came in. What did concern me is
it was 6-3.
They won 6-3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get fucked.
Get absolutely fucked.
Disrespectfully. They pulled Montembleu halfway through the second period and Dobej went in.
Yeah.
I don't know why they pulled him. He wasn't playing bad.
I mean, they had lost the first 2 games.
Yeah, but it was halfway through the second. It was just, it was a weird timing thing. I don't know if maybe he tweaked something and he asked to come out. Either way, he looked like he was going to cry.
I thought that it looked like they just wanted to swap something up.
Maybe they did. Maybe that's all that it was. But Dobej played so well.
Because they were tied going into the third.
Okay. Well, then maybe that's why they did it. Dobej, though. He came in. First of all, it's so hard to come in the middle of a period. He didn't even have time
to warm up.
Yeah, he barely warmed up. He quickly threw on his gear. Montembleu gave him a hug, and they went on ice. And he did so well. He, immediately blocked shots. It was great.
I know.
End of second period. The Capitals...
Top fucking Wilson, if you will. Do you want me to recap it? I'll recap it if you would like. Would that be okay to you?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. The Capitals player, they're all pushing and shoving.
Bitches.
Yeah, period. But they're all pushing and shoving. Habs, Caps, everybody. Ovechkin, nowhere in sight. I think he just went down the tunnel. Which, first of all, you're a fucking captain. Control your team.
That's another thing. Let's talk about that. Can we?
Can I say this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A Caps player tried to go at Dobej. He said, bye, I want nothing to do with this.
You're going to try and attack our goalie?
And then the next thing I know, Tom Wilson, and Josh Anderson are in the Capitals bench. Tom Wilson kind of chased him in there. in my opinion.
There's a ref in between them too, and he doesn't freaking stop. They like
the coaches
he pushes
are still
him over the
bench.
box. He did what he always does, which is escalate everything past the point it rationally needs to be.
Yeah.
Your guys tried to. First of all, you wear an A. Who the hell gave him an A?
And their captain is nowhere to be found.
Your player tried to attack our goalie. The period is done. We need to be going into our locker rooms. It's done. Okay?
Just drop the gloves at the face-off. Just do that.
And with Sebastian Aho did a clean hit, you lost your shit because you perceived it as like an attack against your player.
I forgot about that.
Your players are attacking our goalie, and all of a sudden it's a problem. We're the problem.
Here's my issue with him. If you want to fight, drop your gloves. Do it. Just fucking fight.
And he can fight.
But instead, you're chasing a guy into the bench. Y'all are honestly, both of them went into the bench. It was bullshit to me.
The coach never does anything. That man is useless.
Smiling at it.
He literally never does anything to control his players. Ovechkin, God love him. Where were you, honey?
Where are you?
Where were you? So then you've got the most aggressive man who literally doesn't know how to de-escalate anything in his life, just taking it way further than it needs to go.
Yep.
For why?
For why?
And you know what? Anderson squaring up and an entire ref and like another Canadiens player having to hold Jack Guy back. And I was like, let it go! Let him go!
Meanwhile, Lane Hudson.
And then literally, like, it pans out and literally Lane Hudson and Ryan Leonard are just actually holding hands.
They're just holding hands, watching it all happen.
They're like...
Yeah, Lane Hudson's just like...
They were like, I don't want no part of that. And Ryan was like, I don't want no part of that either. They're such bullies.
I fucking hate the Capitals.
I literally hate them. I just think the way that they allow their team to behave is
insane.
Unacceptable, personally.
Yeah.
But I like my teams. You know, I'm a Devils girl, I'm a Canes girl, I'm a Canucks girl, I'm a Habs girl. Like, I like teams who are classy. And I like captains who help control their team. Mm-hmm. And that is just like, what the fuck are we doing here? And why is it allowed? Tom Wilson gets away with so much. And if you look at his career, he's gotten away with shit that is insane to me.
I actually went to his Wikipedia page when all of this went down. Why has he gotten away with so much shit?
And people are like, okay, well, you're just saying that because, like, you're not a fan on the team. And
I'm not. You're right.
If you had Tom Wilson on your team, you would love it. No, I don't like players who act like that. I think it's unacceptable.
He's a loose cannon, but they're a team of loose cannons, so it's fine.
There's, like, no control.
Pisses me off.
Where's the impulse control?
There is none.
I can't stand them.
Yeah, that being said, not the Canes. That being said, the Canadiens did win the game.
Yeah,
they came out in the third period. First of all, in this third period, so Logan Thompson's still playing at this point. I guess his stick broke. He's playing with this skater's stick.
Thank you. We talked about this.
Didn't Austin Matthews get a penalty for playing with a goalie stick? Maybe it's because it's a different
didn't he get a penalty for like tossing Mitch Marner's stick back to him too?
Did he get a penalty for that?
If memory serves, which it frequently does not. Yes.
That was just weird to me. But Logan Thompson did leave the game.
They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Injured.
Safe recovery.
Slav scored.
Period.
And on that scoring opportunity, a Caps player actually kind of took out Logan Thompson into the post, and they both looked banged up. Logan Thompson left the game injured. It's
that
pretty
player
brutal.
Did not look like he knew where he was anymore.
No, the little birds were circling his head, chirping.
Yeah.
And they played tonight.
And where was Tom Wilson?
What time is it? Sorry, I just had like a freaking heart attack. I was like, wait, I have somewhere to be.
It's only 12:30. We got some, honey.
My biggest anxiety.
Plus, that is what I knew I was going to lose my shit about.
Yeah, that's the last series that we have to talk about. They play tonight, 5:30 our time at least.
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
I know I'm not, but I will persevere anyways.
Luckily, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'll be watching.
So the Habs lost that Sunday game. The Caps now lead the series 3-1. If you're wondering, wow, that was a lot of aggression from Lauren and Abby about the Habs Capitals series. Have they calmed down? Your answer is no, because why am I filled with rage sitting here editing this whole thing? Anyways, it doesn't matter. The refs were actually trying to do their job in game 4. And apparently the league called both the Capitals organization and the Canadiens organization and told them, hey, keep it in the game. Like, don't keep going at it in between whistles. Don't go at it pregame. Just keep it in the game. Ovi had a massive hit on Evans that made me wonder if Evans was okay, but he's fine. The Canadiens played well, and then in the third period, they just slumped off. They completely fell off and lost the game, and now they're sink or swim. Now they have to win every game if they want to go past round 1. That being said, today being Monday, it was announced that Arbor Jacki and Dylan McIlrath from the Washington Capitals were both fined the maximum amount by the NHL for unsportsmanlike conduct that took place during pre-game warm-ups on Sunday's Game 4. The Canadiens organization as well as the Capitals organization were both fined $25,000 each as well. So they were really trying to crack down on that, which is good. I'm glad we're not the only ones that are thinking this is unnecessarily aggressive. Anyways, I'm unwell. Don't talk to me about the Habs. I'll cope. I'll be fine. Now, that's all the series so far. I'm sorry. I need a deep breath.
Here.
Okay, so I have a couple things that I've been keeping track of. Number 1, empty net goals that have happened, because I am an empty net hater. Not the podcast, but like the actual...
yeah, like the actual act.
Like the act of pulling a goalie, I'm a hater, okay? There have been 11 empty net goals so far this playoffs. The Oilers had 2 in Game 3.
Pop off.
So I'm going to be keeping track of that. If we want to place bets on how many empty net goals there's going to be.
43.
In the whole playoffs, 43.
That might be a bit high. 34. One of those two.
Okay. I'm going to say...
The thing is, we're only
38.
in week 1.
I'm going to say 38.
Okay.
Okay, next up, WAG Jackets. This is my...
Finally, something I can be happy about.
I know. I was like, I wanted to start with it, but... Oh...
I knew I needed a little, like, sweet treat after raging about the current state of affairs.
WAG Jackets it's been my obsession this season.
I'm so high stakes.
I'm such a nosy bitch.
I'm such a nosy bitch. And I want to know, like, okay, this is who I think, like, is in a relationship, and this is what I think they look like their significant other. And it's been, like, a little investigative series trying to find all the jackets, number 1, and then, like, looking at the number, like, doing the backtrack.
I'm like
okay, so he is in a relationship. This is what they look like. Like, oh, so, you know, look, women supporting women. I'm just a nosy bitch. I've been right more times than I've been wrong.
Also,
there's been a couple surprises.
There's been
a couple heartbreaks.
There's been a couple breakups
in the week.
Well, just like someone that I thought was in a relationship, and then there's no WAG jacket to be found.
And also, the other thing, and I was actually thinking about this when I was trying to relax and go to bed last night, in Formula 1 and IndyCar, and honestly tennis, all the people I like, their WAGs, their significant others, are, like, very open about the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you get to see them and, like, love them as a couple.
Yeah.
Like Alex and Lily.
Morgan Riddle.
Charles and whichever version of his girlfriend that looks the exact same as the last one at the moment.
We're just going to say Charles and Alex. Charles.
Kika and Pierre, even though the age difference kind of gives me the ick.
Lewis and Roscoe.
Exactly. Lewis and Angela. That's one of the strongest relationships I've ever seen.
And that's just on friendship.
I know. I just love that. And in hockey, I'm like, damn, can y'all be a little bit more, like, where's your girlfriend? I want to like y'all.
They're very...
Give me content.
They are very private about it.
Which is how I would be.
I get. Like, I totally understand.
It's just the only sport I follow that I'm like, Who's dating?
Who's a wag here?
Who
Yeah.
of you is booed up?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you find out one of them's having a baby, and I'm like,
You're like,
You haven't
Kachekov being
posted-
engaged. I'm like,
dude,
oh,
I don't know if you know this.
sweetie.
Pyotr Kochekov's engaged. We found that out
love
through the
to
WAG
see.
WAG jackets.
They seem really cute.
They are so cute.
I want the best
Yeah.
for them.
I have one question, and then we're gonna rank our top 3 WAG jackets.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows, did Tessa Virtue wear a WAG jacket this year? Because she didn't last year, which I don't blame her. She's the
Miss Canada.
She's Miss Canada.
Her husband needs to be wearing a Tessa Virtue
He's
jacket.
never won a Stanley Cup. She's won endless gold medals.
Do you think she lets him touch the gold medals so that he can at least see what it would be like? Honestly.
I don't think that it matters.
Fair
but
enough.
does anybody know, did she wear a WAG jacket this year? Toronto's probably the hardest WAG jackets to find, personally.
I know. You know what? Stay hidden. I
Stay hidden.
I don't
It's
need
fine.
to know everyone.
Yeah, I'm just a nosy bitch.
I'm gonna want to know everything regardless, but I respect your privacy, kind of.
Yeah. So, should we rank? Do you have your top 3?
Of course I do.
Should we start with our third? I've also got a worst and an honorable mention.
I've got 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Why do you want to start from the bottom? Okay,
Because I want to be like my favorite.
Number 3. Let's say it on 3. Ready?
Oh, I don't think we're gonna have the same ones.
I don't think we are either.
Okay, you count.
1, 2, 3. Habs.
Oilers. Whoa.
I love the Montreal Canadiens ones.
I did.
The red, the white stitching. It's not too much. It's
I
just the right
loved it.
amount.
I love they said established 1909.
The
They want
original
you to
one on the hats.
The original one, Chef's Kisses. Honestly, yeah, that one's up there for me.
Yeah.
I said the Oilers. Here's the thing. Leather was the trend this season. As to be
Do you
expected.
think they coordinated that?
I feel like to an extent, yeah. Now here's the thing. Lauren Kyle McDavid
The queen that she
knows
is.
knows all, and she said we're gonna do something a little different.
And to that we say
The
thank you.
leather woven collar,
It's
beautiful.
so
The
cute.
suede with
the
the
stitching.
It's so.
Oh.
Oh my god.
She was one of my honorable mentions. I loved it.
It's beautiful.
So much. It was really hard to pick top 3.
That was my top 3. I don't personally like the texture of suede, but it looks beautiful.
It looked gorgeous.
It looked great.
It was gorgeous
It
work.
was navy. It was just very.
And if there's someone I'm going to support, it's Lauren Kyle McDavid.
Period.
Number 2. Hold please, I already forgot. Okay. Number 2. We're going to go on 2, okay?
Oh.
1, 2. Minnesota.
Leafs. Oh. That breaks my heart. The Leafs.
The Minnesota ones, the brown leather.
It's green.
Are you sure that's a green?
Yes. It's their like dark green.
Whatever, I stand by it.
Okay.
It's up for debate. It's really not.
It's
It's
not.
not brown, but I also wouldn't call it green. It's like a charcoal color to me. That's okay though. It's gorgeous. And that's not up for debate.
It's not up for debate what color it is either. It's green. I'll find
It
another.
might be green to you.
Every other video, it is green. I'll send you one. It's okay. I said the leaves, also not leather. Love. I loved the little detail of the leaf on the sleeve with the name on it. I thought it was so cute. The
did really
back
like theirs.
with the Toronto skyline stitched in the back. I loved it. It wasn't like any of the other jackets.
I just thought
Number
they
2.
did a bit much on the back. Like it was a bit covered. I like a more basic style.
I guess that's fair.
Number 1, we're going to go on 1.
Okay.
You ready? 1. Abs.
Minnesota. That was really stressful. The abs were
abs
so
ones.
good too.
Oh my god, they were literally stunning.
I said Minnesota.
I want one.
That's
I'm like,
fair.
can I just purchase, like, is there like a WAG supporter page where I can just like buy one of them?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have a name on it.
That's what I was about to say.
Completely
it does not have to have a
unnecessary.
name on it, but
But
it can just have 25 for the year 25. Like,
I don't even need that.
well, it doesn't matter. I said Minnesota. I really liked I just liked
They
the
were
green.
pretty. Charcoal.
I liked the back. I mean, it was simple. It had the number 7, but it had some red detailing. I just thought it looked cute. I think that color looks good on everybody. Chef's kisses.
I think everyone could wear it. I mean, 2 out of my top 3 were red, and red's only really a hard color to pull off if you're a redhead.
Yeah.
So I think they fit all. My other honorable mention is the Capitals WAG jackets. I liked them.
They were originally my top.
But after their players' behavior.
Yeah. Actually,
I had to keep it separate. I'm like, the WAGs are innocent.
I couldn't keep it separate. My honorable mention is Vegas. The only reason I didn't choose Vegas is because there's 3 different ones.
Yeah.
And it looked like certain people got one and certain people got the other. I don't like that. I think just pick one. Everybody wears that one.
It's a uniform base.
But I loved all of them still.
Yeah, it was good styles.
Yeah. And what's your worst?
I think we have the same. This is going to be a hot take.
Yeah, I fear this is a hot take. On the count of 3?
We'll go on 4. 4 for poor. We'll go on 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
New
Devils.
Jersey. Yeah, that jacket is ugly.
Hated that.
And the thing is, the designer, I've loved pretty much everything he's ever created. It's beautiful. That jacket, it's not for me.
I'm not going to lie to you. Even if I was a WAG, I would not wear that shit. I'd pull a Tessa Virtue. I'd actually be like, I don't even know that guy. That's just my friend.
We actually broke up. I've never met him before in my life. No, I
did not like it.
I didn't like it at all. And I really thought that everybody would be behind me, but then
everyone loves it.
Everywhere's like, oh, this is how you do WAG jackets. And I'm like, is it?
It's how you can do it. But just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Tom Wilson.
I also think I'm a basic girl.
It's just not my style.
I don't love pattern. And there's just a lot going on with it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt about Toronto. They had me on the front, and then the back I was like, whoa. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to, now that we're 1 week in, who do you think is actually going to be in the playoff final?
I don't even think I'm going to be in the playoff final.
Who's going to be in the Stanley Cup final?
I think I had who did I have?
I mean,
the Stars and the Canes.
Are you sticking with it?
I still want the Canes to be in there. I might change it to the Canes and the Wild.
Okay.
Just because I want them in there. I want Fleury to make the Stanley Cup final. I
can see that.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my final to the Oilers.
Sorry, I don't know why I had such a reaction. That's not a hot take. Either. That's really not a hot take at all.
Well, the thing is, I'm like, I either want the Oilers or the Wild to go. Mm-hmm. If we're talking what I want. And then I definitely want the Maple Leafs in the final. I think they're playing strong enough that if they get their act together, they could do it.
All I have requests for round 1.
As long as the Habs, Maple Leafs, or Canes or Devils are in the final, I'll be happy.
I just have a couple requests for round 1.
Tom Wilson gets injured. Just a slight injury.
Last night, I shouldn't repeat that on this.
No. Just edit out what
I want the Capitals eliminated. I want the Panthers eliminated. I want the Senators eliminated. And
so we are in agreement.
And those are my only requests, and I don't feel like that's too much to ask.
Yeah, pretty much anyone else, like any of those, Colorado, the Stars, the Wild, the Jets, the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Who else? The Oilers, the Kings. That's all fine. The Blues, that's all fine.
Yeah. But I'll be damned if the Capitals win a cup.
I don't know that I'd be able to watch the finale
I
if
wouldn't.
they won a cup.
I wouldn't. I straight up wouldn't. I have too much rage towards them.
That's the only way you could get me to be a Kings fan.
Period. Okay.
I don't even have beef with them. Okay, what else? Next week we'll be talking about week 2.
Yeah.
Until then, let's just agree to do better. Let's agree to use our de-escalation tactics and take some deep breaths.
We are going to be starting a GoFundMe. A GoFundMe link will be in our description. It's going to go towards giving LASIK to all of these refs because clearly they can't see shit.
Yeah, donate to a good cause.
Donate to a good cause. And
let us know who you want to win. And if it's the Capitals, that's fine. Like, I can hear it.
I can hear it. I just won't have to agree. We'll have to agree to disagree.
I'm able to agree to disagree on most things.
Yeah. Okay, bye.